How to pass certification examinations? That's an important question. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering how to do that. I'm pretty good at it. I do them really fast. And I'm going to share with you four simple steps that I use. And I'm going to offer you a free download at the end of this. That said, I'm George Sloan. Welcome. This is the Myford University channel, and I'm going to put it on the MBA Accelerator channel, which is the sub channel to that one. Welcome. And we are going to talk in a real quick uh, video here. How do you pass certification exams? Here's how I do it. I Number one, do the course. There's usually a course that goes along with most certification exams. So I do the course as quickly as I can. If you're in a real time crunch, what I would recommend you do is use the speed it up feature and do it a little faster. Um, some things you can't do that to. For example, I'm thinking of the OSHA exams, but you can do it on a lot of courses. So do the course materials as quickly as you can. And, take notes if you need to. Next, I would go and get a inexpensive test bank. I don't have an affiliate link, but I know, Udemy does it. And I think Coursera. Go on there, put in the exam that you're doing, and tell them the certification and say, I need practice exams or practice tests. And I can usually get those for like $9.95 to $19.95. Kind of the middle ground. It's usually about 11 or $12. So that's number two. You want to do those practice exams. Okay, very important because you got to get into the rhythm, the rhyme and rhythm of the certification exam. Number three, use AI to test you. And I'm going to put a free download of some prompts that you want to use and that I use to set it up. What I will do is I will give it a prompt and say, look, I'm taking the such and such certification exam, and I want you to quiz me and give me 10 questions at a time. You can either time yourself or not time yourself. And one of the things you do have to tell it is, don't give me the correct answer until I give you my answers. And then I also, again, I'm kind of giving away what I'm going to give away. I also tell it I want an easy one, a set of easy questions to get me warmed up, then give me medium questions, and then give me hard questions, and then give me extremely hard questions. And then I can also do, a mishmash where I ask for a mix. And you do that a little bit, and lo and behold, before you know it, you're gonna, get a rhyme and a reason and a rhythm. And you usually on the test bank exams from the last tip and from this one where you create your own, um, you want to be hitting in the high 80s, low 90s. Once you're doing that, you're pretty much going to be ready for the exam. And then number four, read or watch very specific test tips content. When I was taking certain exams, I went and scoured, Google, and I scoured ChatGPT, and I scoured YouTube, and I was looking for test taking tips because you have to kind of get into the mindset. There's the exam world, there's the real world, and there's other worlds in between. But you sometimes the real world, knowing it from the real situation is not a good thing. In some cases you got to know it from their world, their universe, how they expect you to answer. And there are tips that you can get. Again, I will give a free download that gives you the prompts to do the AI, and I might include something else. But the bottom line is, this is how I typically get prepped up to do an exam. I am doing a bunch of game plan videos and series, and I will talk about certifications, and I'll probably mention some of the places where you can get resources. Um, when it comes to certain types of exams, there are certain things that you do need to know, and someone who's gone through it can kind of fill you in, and I will fill you in on those subsequent videos. That said, I promised you a quick one, so we're going to wrap up here. I'm George Sloan. I want to thank you for joining. If you're interested in this kind of material, like, share, subscribe. We believe in learning it fast and applying it faster, getting those real world results, and finding alternatives to traditional higher education. That said, we want to see you the next time, and thank you again. Till then, bye bye.